And yeah, I don't think it's going to be a super long one. Might as well just dive in and let's try to crunch it. Okay, so we just bought a public transit card that allows you to ride the metro for a certain number of days. Okay, so we've got our Presto card here, our TTC pass, whatever it is. Here's how it works. Okay, so when we first receive it, the system gives us a 31-day pass, which is equal number of days in January. The second time we pay for it, it's extended by 28 days, so the number of days in February. And we're not counting leap years or any of that. The 13th time we do it, it basically goes back to January and gives us 31 days. So we're saying we just ran out of days on the card and we don't remember how many times it's been extended. So we don't remember the month, but we do remember, we do remember how many days there were in the most recent month. So like the month just ended, we know how many days there were in that month. We don't know exactly when in the year it is, but we know how many days there were. So I don't know what kind of situation this is. Like maybe someone just caught a glimpse of the bottom part of the calendar or something like that. It's hard to imagine how someone would end up in this predicament, but let's try to help them out one way or the other. So basically the idea is that, well, look, we've got the last number of days, but we don't have many options. I mean, our months are basically gonna end with 29, 30, or 31 days. So I think this is probably the smallest domain we've ever seen out of all these problems. We really only have 3 possible values, which makes sense why there are only 3 tests here. So, okay, not too bad. I mean, I guess the easiest way to do this would be to just do, like, I think they call this a mapping of all the possibilities. So we'll say if there are 28 days, what do we want to return? What are the possibilities? If we just finished February, well, how many days are there in March? It could only be 31. Okay, so it's going to be 31. What if there are 30 days? Well, we don't have any situations where there are 2 30-day months in a row, so the next one must be 31. And what if it was 31? Well, basically we have all the possibilities now. It could be 28 days, it could be 30 days, or it could be 31 days. It could be any of them. Okay, so we want to return this at the index of whatever last number of days was. So basically, if last number of days was 28, it's just going to say, okay, this at 28, you're getting an array containing just 31, the singleton 31. Let's say it was 30. Well, you're getting the same thing. Well, let's say it was 31. Well, you're going to get an array containing 28, 30, or 31. So, okay, cool. Let's run that on the sample test. We'll run it on the hidden test, since there's only one of them. And great, we made it through. And guess what? We just completed the crossroads. Oh, yeah, 4,000 coin, not bad, not bad. Okay, well, let's close that for now. We've got other stuff to attempt here. We've got to try other strategies over here. So, metroCard 1, we'll file that one away. And let's see. I guess, like, if we wanted to make this a little more straightforward, what could we do here? Well, okay. Let's maybe let's make it more complicated and then we'll make it simpler after that. Okay, so we're gonna say this is gonna look weird. Okay, we're gonna do something here that's gonna look really weird. So how should I handle this? Here, I'm gonna call my first variable just 31. Okay, so that's the first variable, and it's going to be this. Okay, so well, actually, hold on. Basically, what we want is this. Just 31 is going to be a constant. It's a variable that just represents an array containing 31. You can see why I want to do this, right? So that I could just do, well, basically something like this. So I can say instead of this, that's going to be just 31. And the next one over here, that's going to be just 31. So that's going to run just as well, I think. I mean, not a huge difference here. The only difference is that these are arrays containing the same element. These are the same array. These are not the same array, they just contain the same element, which is a subtle but important difference. Okay, I'm going to sort of flatten this out a little bit just to make it maybe a little more compact. And yeah, there we go. So now we're going to do something here that you might not like. It's going to be pretty strange, but okay, so we've done these like destructuring assignments before, right? We could say just 31 is this, full set maybe we'll say is going to be not just that, so it's going to be just the 31 as well as the 28, 30, and 31. There we go. Okay, and then we could say that this one, it's not going to be that, it's going to be full set, well, which is that. So, okay, same thing. So did that work? No, I need a 3 in front of that one. Okay, nice catch. There we go. So like that works, but you might look at that and think, well, we kind of like, you know, we already have the 31 here. Do we really need that? Like we're repeating ourselves. So this would work, but I want to show you a new way that we could do this. So here, let's say rest. Okay, rest is just going to be the 28 and the 30. And so I'm going to say, instead of just full set here, the 31 is going to have rest, just 31. Okay, it's combining them. So we're using spread operators here. We're saying, okay, take the array rest, which is 28 and 30, break down the array brackets there. Just give me the 28 and 30. We're going to make those the first 2 elements in this new array here. And then whatever elements you got in just 31, put those in the array too. So it's basically going to be an array containing 28, 30, and 31. Well, yeah, that's what we want. So it's passing the tests. Now, why am I doing it this way? Well, as it turns out, there's kind of a funky thing we can do with these destructuring assignments. I'm going to delete that. So now, I mean, this definitely will not work. I mean, first of all, rest, what are we even assigning it? Like, it's just 28. We've got a third variable here. Well, we don't have a third variable. We're trying to assign it a value. I'm surprised it didn't give us an error for that. But the main thing is that it's saying rest is not iterable. We can't do a spread operator on something that's just a single number. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what we'll do then is, okay, this is going to be super weird, but it's really cool. We can do this. So we can spread rest out here. So we're saying if we were to spread out rest, it would look like 28 and 30, which means that rest itself is, actually, let's find out what it is. It's the rest of the array. It's whatever's left over. So it's just going to be the 28 and the 30. So it's a really cool thing we can do with destructuring assignments that I wasn't aware of until recently. I think that's actually really, really cool. So let's just make that all fit. Let's run the hidden tests, or run the hidden tests. There we go. So it's working. It's working for all 3. That's just kind of a neat trick we can do with destructuring assignments. We get a lot of use out of them, apparently. Oh. Didn't make it big enough. There we go. Okay, let's try this one again. There's still more stuff we can do for this. So we'll paste that in. We'll make that metroCard 2. And now, okay. We're doing some pretty neat stuff with this, but one issue I guess I'm having is that we're still kind of repeating ourselves. You know, we still have this 28 and the 30, and they're both just 31. So instead, let's do this a bit differently. Let's just put in an if, and maybe like this should have been the first thing we did. If last number of days is 31, then we're going to return 28, 30, and 31. Okay, and otherwise, we're going to return just the 31. Okay. And you might look at that and think, oh, well, don't you want an else on there? And no, I don't need an else, because like if this if runs, then it's done. It's just going to return. It's not going to reach this, so I don't need to worry about an else. Okay, so let's run that, and it works. Yay. Okay, but maybe we can make that one a little better too. And spoiler alert, yeah, we can. So, okay, let's copy that. We'll paste it in. We got metroCard 3 so that it doesn't run. And now, really, I mean, look, what we want is a ternary, right? So we can say return, because both these are just returning something. So we want to return either this first thing here or this second thing over here. So like, you know, this kind of thing. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Well, that's not bad. But it could get a little better, because like, notice, we've got the 31 here. We've got the 31 here. I want to take the ternary and actually put it right into the array. So I want to say, we'll start with an array, and maybe it'll have this part, maybe it won't. So basically this, I'm going to put like that. Yeah, like that, like this. Okay, so we're gonna bottle that up, and we're gonna say, well, either we could have the 28 and the 30 before this, or we could have just nothing before this. But of course, we don't want the actual array in there. So actually, hold on. Let me paste that in first, and we don't need this anymore. In fact, it wouldn't make any sense to have that. So let's run this, and yeah, not quite what we want. We don't want empty array and then 31, and we definitely don't want an array containing 28 and 30 and then 31. What we want is for them to be actually integrated, for them to be spread out into the arrays. So let's run that, and it's working. So let's see if it passes the hiddens. Oh yeah, it passed the hiddens. Okay, so this is good. You know, we've got 4 different ways of doing this thing. So I mean, they're all pretty similar, but we're learning a couple new tricks in here. You know, we're learning a lot about spread operators, how spread operators can be applied to things like ternaries inside an array, how they can be applied to things like a destructuring assignment. We can really get a lot of use out of these spread operators. I definitely recommend them. Okay, so I think, yeah, this is all working, right? Yeah, it's all working. Okay, let's finish that one up for now. I think you did an amazing job. So, you know, give yourself a pat on the back or whatever. Okay.